Okay, so there's a law that's been recently passed in Georgia, or the teachers union is trying to pass a law in Georgia where they are basically saying that if you a student assaults a teacher, then the parent has to can get charged for it, and the punishments range from community service to, like, I believe, jail time. I think this is a step in the right direction. This is just an example. It's sad that this has to be implemented in 2025 because I believe assaults on teachers has gone sharply up since the pandemic. But it's just sad. It just shows the lack of respect that is going on, that we have for the adults in our society. Not that a lot of our adults are acting respectable, but the lack of respect for authority is just really, really a sad thing. And it's just another example of how social cohesion is just really just going down in the United States. I think this, yeah, like I said, I think this law is a step in the right direction. Like back in the day, in like the 50s and the 60s and maybe even the 80s, if you were to give a teacher a problem, like the teachers, if a student were to assault a teacher, they can handle you, and it wouldn't be a problem. In a lot of cases, they can handle you and it wouldn't be a problem. Now, understandably, you can't really put your hands on a student, but a student shouldn't be able to put their hands on a parent. So I do believe this is a step in the right direction. Now, if this is like the first offense, they could, like the first time that parents is ever finding out this kid is being a problem to the kids being a problem in the school in general, I think that there could be a more, I think, like, community service isn't necessarily a bad thing, because I mean, once you start hitting parents with making the consequences that's going to affect the parents, then they'll start taking these things more seriously. A lot of times parents or people just ignore things unless there's consequences enacted, and that's just how I see it. So yeah, also I believe that this doesn't just go one way. I do believe that if a student is like, we'll just say a student is attacking another student. Now, sometimes kids get into a fight in school. I don't know if that should necessarily be they should hold the school responsible for that in all cases. But I think if a kid's being targeted for physical attack, especially when it comes to physical attacks, and the school is not dealing with it, they could sue the school. Sorry about that. Now, I was listening to one instance where there was this guy. He's an African American guy. He was talking about how, like, his kid was getting bullied in school, and like he was saying, like, so he told the teachers, and nobody wanted to do about it in the school. So he told the parent. The parent didn't want to do something about it. And the student that was bullying. So he took matters in his own hands and had the other parent jump. And this is just my point in saying this. Is just a lot of times, a lot of these schools, they see they let a lot of things ride that they shouldn't. I think they're letting a lot of things ride when it comes to the teachers, and a lot of things ride when it comes to other students. Because a lot of businesses are just set up that way, where they don't protect the people that work for them. Like, the customer can just assault the person, and the person defends themselves at all, then that person can get fired. So I do think this is a step in the right direction. I do. But it's just sad that it just shows that how far our society is gone. Like, if back in the day, you could, like, if you assaulted a teacher, then you could get dealt with by that teacher. And this is not, and I don't think this law necessarily includes what could happen to the kid, even though charges could be brought against the kid also. I don't think that's 100% inappropriate either. So yeah, I'm sympathetic towards the teacher because my mom was a teacher, and I been friends with people who worked in public schools and dealt with messed up parents. So parents can be messed up, but I think accountability doesn't just need to stop there. It could be held towards the school too. But this law is being legislated by a union, so I don't think the union is going to make anything that's going to hold themselves accountable. Just to be honest, knowing how teachers unions can be in general, I know there's been people who've done highly inappropriate things to children in school and they still couldn't get fired because of how the union was set up. But anyways, yeah, I just thought this article was very, very interesting. It's just a sign of the way the U.S. is going as far as morally is concerned, and how that we're just on another sign of our cultural decline, that we need a law like this. But anyways, that's all I really have to say. Thanks for your time. Thanks for watching, and have a good day. Peace.